There's something haunting about curiosity. It whispers in our minds like a voice we can't ignore. It tempts us to open doors that were never meant to be opened, to touch the unknown, even when every instinct screams, "Don't." But we do it anyway, because deep inside, the human soul is addicted to mystery. We crave the forbidden. We chase the feeling of knowing something that others fear to understand. It's not evil. It's nature. The same force that built civilizations also burned them to ashes. Curiosity is light. But when that light shines too far into the darkness, it begins to reveal things we were never meant to see. What happens when curiosity goes too far? When the thirst for truth becomes an obsession that devours the soul. Tonight, we open that door. And once it's open, there's no turning back. Some doors don't hide monsters. They hide truths the human mind was never meant to see. The door that should never be opened. There was a village, small, quiet, forgotten by time. It sat beneath the shadow of the mountains, where fog clung to the earth like a secret. On the highest hill stood a house, old, abandoned, broken windows, locked doors, and stories whispered about it in every corner of the village. No one went near it, not because of ghosts, but because of what curiosity had already taken. His name was Lucas, a boy with eyes that never stopped asking questions. Since childhood, he wanted to see what others feared to imagine. To him, the unknown wasn't dangerous. It was irresistible. One night, guided by nothing but a flashlight and the voice inside his head, Lucas climbed the hill. Every step felt like walking deeper into a dream that didn't want to be found. The door gave way with a long, dying groan. The air inside was thick, cold, heavy. Old newspapers covered the floor, their words fading like forgotten memories. And on the walls, photographs, faces scratched out, eyes missing, stories erased by time, or by something that wanted to be left alone. Lucas moved room to room, chasing that strange pull, that invisible thread of what if, until he found it, a tall mirror, hidden beneath a dusty white sheet. He hesitated, only for a second. Then he pulled the sheet away. At first, he saw only himself, his reflection, still, pale, trembling in the dim light. But then, it smiled. Not him. Something else. Lucas dropped the flashlight. The beam flickered across the walls. Something moved behind the glass, slow, deliberate, alive. He ran. The door slammed behind him. The wind swallowed his scream. No one ever saw Lucas again. But on quiet nights, villagers say they hear footsteps in that house, and the soft hum of a voice whispering questions to the dark nature of curiosity. Curiosity. It is both a gift and a curse. It's what pulled us out of the caves. What made us reach for the stars. What gave birth to fire, art, science, and madness. But the same spark that lights the path of knowledge can also burn everything in its way. Human curiosity has no limits. It doesn't ask, "Should I know this?" It only asks, "How?" It doesn't stop at truth. It digs until there's nothing left to uncover, not even peace. Psychologists call it Pandora's syndrome. The irresistible urge to open the box, even when we know what's inside might destroy us. That's why we slow down to watch accidents. Why we search for what horrifies us. Why we stare into the darkness, hoping to find meaning where there is none. It's not because we're cruel. It's because we're addicted to the feeling of knowing. Each answer leads to another question. Each discovery reveals a deeper emptiness. And before we realize it, we're staring into an abyss of truths that make us forget who we were before we started asking. Curiosity creates the genius, but it also creates the monster. When we look too deeply into pain, into evil, into the unknown, we don't just understand it, we absorb it. We become the mirror of what we study. The observer becomes part of the experiment. And soon, curiosity isn't a quest for knowledge. It's a hunger that never ends. We are not destroyed by what we don't know. We are destroyed by what we were never meant to understand. The price of knowing too much. Knowledge is a mirror, and the deeper you look into it, the less you recognize yourself. At first, curiosity feels harmless, even noble. A spark, a search for meaning. But soon, that spark becomes an inferno. And what once gave you light begins to consume you. Some truths don't set you free. They chain you. They whisper to you in the dark. And you can never unhear them. Because once you've seen, you can't unsee. The human mind was never designed to hold all that it seeks. We weren't built to understand every secret, every pain, every mystery of existence. And yet, we keep digging, as if the next answer will finally make us whole. But the truth is cruel. The more we know, the more we lose. Our wonder, our innocence, our peace. Curiosity without purpose is like a blade in the hands of a child. It cuts deeper than we imagine, and often we're the first to bleed. Some chase forbidden knowledge not to learn, but to feel alive, to feel the thrill of crossing a line no one else dares to cross. But there's always a price, and it's always higher than expected. He who gazes long into the abyss, Nietzsche once said, will find the abyss gazing back. And when it does, it doesn't just look at you, it remembers you. The greatest tragedy of curiosity is not what we discover, but what we become after discovering it. To know too much is to lose the right to ever be innocent again. In the end, curiosity is not our enemy. It's the pulse of the human spirit, the reason we dream, create, and evolve. But every light casts a shadow, and when curiosity crosses the line between wonder and obsession, it stops seeking truth and starts feeding on itself. We live in an age where every mystery is one click away. Every secret, every horror, every forbidden truth, just waiting to be seen. But the question is not, can we? It's, should we? Because the moment we see what can't be unseen, a part of us changes. Forever. The boy who opened the door isn't so different from us. We all carry that same hunger. To know what's hidden behind the curtain. To touch the darkness just to prove that we're not afraid. But the truth is, some doors were never meant to be opened. Curiosity gave us fire, but it also gave us the ashes. So before you look too deep, before you open that next door, ask yourself one question. Will you control your curiosity? Or will your curiosity? Because once you open the door, you can never go back.